Now we're going to get things going right out the gate here with this first hand that I almost couldn't believe, so get ready for it. Now we also have some interesting spots to go over in this as well, and there was one situation with pocket fours that I want to dive into, but it's going to come up a little bit later on. Also, I'm going to say this one time, if you guys are not in our community yet, don't know why you're not in it, that's going to be in the pinned comment. You can talk with me, other high-level members. A lot of good stuff. Also, you can tap the like, and let's get right into this ace deuce suited. Now, I say this all the time, like whenever I have any ace that's suited, I'm always going to see a flop with it, right? Somebody's going to have to shove on me to get me to fold this ace deuce, basically, is what I'm saying. But player 5 is going to kick it up here. Not too much. I think he's going to kick it up to like the 35 piece, the 40 piece. But, we're not going to go anywhere. And, this flop wasn't the greatest for us. However, I'm always thinking what my opponent has, right? He might have two overs here, a lot of ace kings, ace queens suited type of hands. Sure, he could have pocket pairs. We're blocking pocket aces, which is good. It's possible he could have pocket kings, pocket queens, pocket jacks, I think based on this flop, though, like, let's say he's got pocket jacks. I'm not really thinking that. Sure, it's possible. I'm just going to kind of see what he does. I'm expecting him to put something out there no matter what. He went kind of small. So instead of just calling to see a turn, look at this play I made, which was kind of just like a little bit of an oversizing here, I would say, right? But he is going to call us. Not right away, but almost right away with a flush draw. So check this out. Turn card gave us the nut flush draw. We've got two flush draws going, and the deuce somehow took that one down, okay? When I make plays like that, obviously I don't always get them right, but, that was something right there. I was never putting that guy on that hand, more so pocket pairs sometimes. Then you've got all your, like, ace X type hands, ace king and ace queen, right? But yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. And I honestly, a pair of deuces right there, taking it down like that. And it was, the turn card made things so interesting because, we both had the nut flush draw going to the river. I thought that was just something. Also, I forgot to say this, man, because we are going to run this for about 20 minutes. Go grab a bottle of water, some coffee, Gatorade, whatever, because yeah, we got some spots to go over, but it's always nice to start things off like that, and we did, and don't know what else to say about it. It was just kind of like one of those spots where it was like, did that just happen? And yeah, it just happened. So the aggression worked out right there. All right, anyways, let's see if our 7-5 would have got there on the river here. Maybe. Would have needed the 6. And the way I approach playing, I say this almost every video now, is like, it's just exploitative. I'm just trying to use anybody who's using like GTO or something like that, or playing an ABC style. I'm just trying to use it against them, and that's just the way I approach this, right? Always remember, you're playing against other people, and really what you're trying to do here is just outplay your opponents. That's it. We don't need to overcomplicate it, because that's all we're trying to do here. Anyways. All right, we got aces. All right, we'll take it. First to act here, too, which is nice. Kind of just hoping somebody has something here, right? Not looking too good, though. Everyone's folding. You hate to see it, especially when you're first to act here with aces. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Player 3, come on, do something. And honestly, heartbreaking right there. And you look at that, first to act, nobody had anything. We couldn't do anything with that. And it hurt a little bit. I think I'm a little tilted now. All right, anyways, queen deuce, offsuit, pretty easy fold here. And yeah, let's look at the players of the table. Player 1, player 3, both doing good as well as us, to start things off here. I always look at that. I always kind of look at who's doing good and who's kind of just like, whatever. All right, 5'10" suited. You know, typically don't play this one too much, but I will raise. If everybody folds, I'm definitely going to raise this against the big blind for sure. It looks like it's kind of going that way. If it was offsuit, I would have just mucked it. But player five, no resistance, just let it go, you know? So I'm pretty sure that's probably what you would do anyways if you look at a chart, you know, in that spot. All right, queen 10 off. You could also notice like everyone's playing pretty tight. You know, you're really not seeing anybody get too out of line except me. All right, standard raise on the button here with the queen 10 off. 1250 piece. Back over to player six. Pick up sticks. What you gonna do? I mean, literally everyone is just playing so tight. All right, he is gonna call us, and we are gonna pair the queen, but there's an ace out there. Um, I could continue here. I could check it. Either one's probably fine. We're blocking the clubs, which is good. If he calls us here, though, we could probably put him on having an ace some of the time, like a weak ace, ace six, ace five, ace eight kind of thing. But he folded it, so it is what it is. Turn card was a jack, which was a good one for us. All right, now we got a 6-7 suited. Our first, this might be our first suited connector, right? All right, gonna open here. If somebody raises us, totally fine. I'm gonna, obviously make a call here. Once again, player five doing his thing. Okay, we haven't seen player five do much since he took that L, but now he's gonna kick it back up here to the 42 piece, and I'm calling this guy. I mean, you know it. All right, player six and player one gonna let it go, and not much to think about here except make the call. Not a good flop. We got no clubs, we got no draws, we got no pair, but he checked it as well. So definitely sensing some weakness here. If he had like the ace of clubs, for example, he's probably gonna lead out, on that flop to protect his hand. River card was a king. This tells me a couple things. He's weak. I'm going to go pretty large here. I'm going to definitely apply the pressure in the spot. I could just sense the weakness. He folded it. We took it down. I think we might get some of those weaker clubs to fold there as well. So the play worked, and I liked it. So, all right, ace jack off, going to open here. I've actually been taking more pots down with this hand lately when it's been offsuit. It's been kind of weird. I always say it because this is always the weird situations with ace jack when you have somebody re-raise you, and it's like an offsuit one. Same with ace 10. Got nothing here. But I'm going to continue. I mean, there are some cards that could help, right? The queen would keep us alive here with a straight, a 10, or we could hit the ace. And we hit the ace, not like 100% sure if it's good. This guy could have hands like king, queen, king, jack suited, that kind of stuff. We're not folding now. If he continues, he checked it. Probably a mistake here. I probably should have gone for some value. Did I? No, I did. Okay, yeah. So I went kind of small here. I'm going to probably get every pair of kings to call this, which he did. Got a little bit more out of him. I thought, no, that play was pretty good. And I hope you guys are still with me because we do have a pocket four situation I need to show you. Okay, and it's going to be coming up here pretty soon. We're making our way through, playing pretty good, and just doing our thing. Okay. All right, ace 10 suited, so here we go. Just had the ace jack, now we got the ace 10, but it's suited, which makes it a lot better. 10 times better, I would say. All right, player three. Do I raise? Do I call? What did I do? I think maybe I just called. All right, yeah, I just called. Player three has been playing pretty tight, kind of picked up on that. Not a good flop. Kind of an easy check fold for us. Only because player three has been playing pretty tight, right? But now we get to the turn. He checked the flop. So I was like, all right, let's see. Let's see what you want to do here. And he came over the top on us. So he's probably repping pocket jacks. Okay, whatever. Probably. That was such a weird play. I don't even looking at that player three. What else does he have except pocket jacks right there? It's got to be right. I think he's gonna risk his whole stack like that. All right, queen seven off, folding it. All right, player six folds, and we continue making our way here. Another ace jack offsuit. Kind of seen a little bit of everything in this one. All right, I'm gonna open it here, 1250 piece. Back over to player one who folded it. Totally fine with that. Jack nine suited. Now we're second to act with the jack nine. Here's the deal. Like, there are times where you can limp with these hands. Either or sometimes. I am going to open raise here. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're just going to, kind of continue on this path. If somebody raises us, we're going to make a call here. I mean, this is a pretty good hand to stack somebody with, honestly. So, going to make the call. Hopefully get some spades out there, maybe some straight draws. But we hit top pair. Not necessarily bad because once again, we're still beating all those ace X type hands, ace king, ace queen, etc., etc. We're losing to overpairs, obviously, but not terrible. I would have preferred to have some spades in there. I'm going to call this queen on the turn, not a good one. That card could hit this guy a lot of the time. You got two different flush draws out there. So, if he goes pretty large here, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do. And I think what happened in this one was this guy, I think he checked it here or he, kind of, timed out. This is very strange what happened here. But I think he's going to end up checking it. Let's see. Yeah, so there was this weird check going on here. I don't know if he timed out. River card's gonna come, and not another terrible one, but somehow we won with the pair of nines right there. So I don't know what happened. It looked like he timed out. Whatever, it is what it is, right? All right, king queen suited, nice looking hand here. All right, gonna raise once again if somebody wants to re-raise us, totally fine. Let's just try to hit this flop, right? Did player six fold this? Man, everyone's playing so tight, man. Look at this. When people are playing tight like that, that's kind of when you just have to open things up too, All right, here we go. Pocket fours. This is the one I wanted to get to. I'm sorry, because this was just this was a play right here, man. All right, so pocket fours. Second to act. I already kind of mentioned every once in a while limping with hands like this, these small pocket pairs first to act, I think is totally fine. The problem becomes if you open raise first or second and then you get somebody who raises you pretty big, then you're kind of getting in the spot where you're putting all this in just hoping to hit a four, okay? And we're gonna try to do that here. I think player two is going to re-raise this. So yeah, we're gonna have to come to a decision here. Do we want to see if fours can make it? The other problem here too is I don't know what player six is gonna do. I make this call. It comes back to player six. He comes over the top, and then we have to fold, and we just put in 100 piece, But I am gonna call. I'm hoping player six just makes the call as well, so we can get to the flop. Pretty loose call, but like I said, we were up, feeling pretty good. Maybe we hit the four. Maybe it's a bunch of low cards, and we're up against more of those ace, king, ace, queens. Not sure just yet, but here's the flop. Not good. 8-8-5. you got to think this is missing at least one of these guys. So, like, let's say player two has an overpair here, which is possible. Um, you know, we're in trouble. Player six, I'm not really putting him on an overpair. I'm kind of thinking if he does, maybe it's weak. Maybe it's like nines or something like that. Uh, but you know, do we believe player two? I think that's kind of what this came down to. Or is he just putting in, or is he just repping ace king? This is the hard thing about this game. You come to these decisions that you have to like try to navigate. Turn card was an ace. Um, Not a good card again. But if we believe player two might have an overpair, maybe he does. And maybe that ace is not a good card for him. It's hard to know. I went with a gut play here. It just a 50-50. Not sure if it was gonna work, but pot got pretty big. Had to make a decision here. What do I want to do? When he checked it to me here, it felt weak. It felt weak. So it's possible he's got ace king. It's possible he doesn't. And it's possible he's afraid of that ace. He folded it right away. So pocket fours made a play right there, man. Just something pretty high level. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed another one here. Like I said, pin, comment, get in the community. We got some more good stuff coming up over the next few days. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.